week, I've travelled to the other side of Australia in search of the most amazing snapper fishery, right in the middle of the beach suburbs.
Yep, I've got a bite!
I join a group of citizen scientists as they conduct research for the Snapper Guardians program, gathering vital data on the growth and size of the local population of pink snapper. But it's not without its unwelcome visitors.
Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted to see.
Yeah, this will shut us down.
That's a proper bite, isn't it?
And we see some of nature's glory. But we're here on a mission to save the pink snapper for future generations.
Come on, big girl. How good is that? Woohoo!
Fishing is my life. It's in my DNA. From above the water and below the surface. It's who I am.
Oh, yeah!
Join me as I travel the world in search of the most insane fishing experiences on the planet.
Oh, no! Uh-oh! This is not good! Croc out of nowhere comes in, smashes my barra.
Oh, yeah! You're in for it now, buddy.
Oh, yeah!
Look at the size of it.
Get in the boat, Alex, and straight to the boat. I'm Al McGlashan, and this is Fishing with Mate.
We're fishing this week right in the middle of the beach suburbs of Perth, on the west coast of Australia. This is something I've wanted to do all my life, is come to WA and swim with these snapper. Coburn Sound, we're just south of Perth. And apparently they come all the way to the surface and just mill around, cycloning. The only problem is, we've got one of the highest rates of shark attacks in the world out there. And you know what they love eating, especially white sharks? Bloody snapper. I'm a little bit nervous about that, I'll admit it. Not normally, but I'll tell you what, this time I'm a bit nervous about it. I can't wait to get out there. But first up, I've come over because my old mate Phil from The Complete Angler has talked me into a store visit.
Al McGlashan come over to the store just as a meet and greet for my customers. So, yeah, bring him over. Mate of mine, Danny, walks in, says he's elf out snapper tagging. So,
Glad to meet
Tagging
you,
these
mate.
things?
Yeah, yeah. Good.
Danny shows me these photos of these huge snapper.
Yeah, look, there's one we got the other day. So everything's just been dropped, and Al just wants to get out on the boat and go fishing with his mates.
And literally within 20 minutes, we've got the boat in the water, Woomera Sound, dropping it in. Danny and Phil are part of Snapper Guardians, a volunteer citizen science group. Passionate anglers, they're working for the love of it, tagging snapper in an effort to help conserve the species. So we're tagging them under permit, special permit, because it's closed season.
The closed season goes from October the 1st to more or less February the 1st. That allows the fish to move in and do their natural thing, just do their spawn, lay their eggs. The tagging and the exemptions that are given to a few of the recreational anglers allows us to do, well, to actually access the aggregations during the closed season so we can gather research. We send all that back to the fisheries. They use that, obviously, to help with working out how well the fishery's recovering. It's nice to give a little bit back, you know? We can't be just take all the time.
So what are we looking for here?
Well, we're trying to find our little schools of pinkies, but they're not too little anymore. They're very big.
So is that a school there, or is that bait, you reckon, or?
That, going by that, it just looks a bit too tight, and it looks, to me, that looks just like a big school of bait.
Look how close to shore we are. You sure this is it, or you just having me on?
Oh, yeah. It drops off very close to shore there, so we're in quite deep water, or deepish, 16, 17 metres here. So.
Could be having me on. In the middle of town, mate.
Al just keeps raving on now about how good a mate he is with Danny now. Talk about fishing with mates.
Hey, Phil, I'm learning a lot over here from my new mate. You just stay down the back and you catch something for us.
Just keep fishing. That last time we saw them, the fish were that tight. I predict there's enough, might be 1 or 2 sharks, maybe more here, balling them up.
So what type of sharks? That's the important part. We're talking gummies.
Generally they're bronzies, but we've had a lot of great whites around as well.
Less keen on jumping in, you know, that when you say that stuff. It's all right, we'll send Phil in. He can check for us, and then we'll decide whether they're good or bad. Phil, you're in, mate.
You'll love that.
Don't think he's really helping us there. He's not a team player, you know. Phil's got one of those little Halco paddle prawns. Cast it out, lets it zing.
Soft plastic straight into the drink.
And then instantly the drag is zinging. Got him on. I cast it, I hook up as well. It's a double hookup. Yep, I've got a bite. Mine's a lot bigger, so it's taking a bit longer. Well, that's what I reckon anyway. Oh,
Yep, he's on.
oh, dropped him.
Boom, off.
Oh, got a bite, got a bite, got a bite. Go the circle hook. I'll lose mine. What? Pull the hooks. What do I need to do to get a fish? These guys are going to give me grief over this.
How do you lose a fish when you've got a circle hook?
Generally, never drop a fish on a circle hook.
But Al McGlashan, he's the only one that can do it.
That's your fluoro.
Oh,
It's been stripped in half.
holy crap. Oh, I can feel it rubbing through something.
Yeah, he's definitely got you there. That would have been a good fish if you would have got it in the boat.
He lost that many fish right at the start. I just thought we were not going to tag anything here.
Lucky for us, Phil stayed attached to his snapper. Look at this, he's already got his up. This is insane.
That's
Look at that,
that's
what a
big
beautiful fish. No wonder.
It's one of the coolest things you can do. Catching those fish, you're hanging on to them. They're chunky 8, 10 kilo fish. The base of their tail, you can't get your hand all the way around it.
So all I got to do now is I get this tub sorted out, get it set up on an angle, get some water in the bottom of it, so keep the fish calm when we tag them.
Danny's got this massive fish bin joined to another fish bin.
With the snapper, trying to look after them as best you can. I'll get a caudal length measurement and then applicate 2 tags and record his size, record the sex, the stage of fertility.
So why 2 tags?
2 tags to allow for shedding, because they have been known to bite them off.
Oh, so the other fish will
in
come.
the school, yeah, and try and pick them off.
And before you know it, those fish are back in the water and swimming.
All right, so here we go. There's a nice male. So a couple of little tags, and I'll just slip them in. Oh, gone, slipped out of my hands.
Watching the numbers increase, the size of the fish increase, and having that sort of data helps prolong the fishery here and encourage the growth of the fishery here.
Isn't it great that anglers are volunteering their time and money, all in the name of research to increase our knowledge of snapper? This is conservation at its best. After we let that one go, I pinched one of Phil's Halco MadEyes, dropped it down, and bang, I'm on. Now, instantly, this is a proper fish. I'm hanging on, the little Shimano screaming. Oh man, this is a serious one. I'm hooked up proper. I'm gonna show these 2. I can't believe we're talking about how good it is to fish this far from the ramp. I'm like, I've got a bloody great snapper on. So we finally get up boat side. Danny reaches down, lifts it in, you know, and now time is critical. I fought this fish probably a bit long. Got to get it in. We've got to get it straight in, tagged, back in the drink. Oh, that's a snapper. Ready to go? Look at the size of that puppy.
He's even bent your hook. Get her in for a couple of tags. All right, head in the water. 870 full length.
The fact that I'm catching such an awesome fish.
Do you want to get that out, Al? Yep. Solid fish. That is a solid fish. Get her out in the sun there, mate.
Come on, big dog. How good is that? The master. Did you watch and learn, Big Phil? You will learn one day, Padawan.
Typical McGlashan, he lands his first fish, and I wouldn't say this to him, but it was a good one.
So after catching that huge snapper, this is my PB snapper I've ever let go in my life. And do you know what? Feeling pretty good about it. Back down again, hook up, we're on. Oh yeah, baby, this is it. Everything's turning around. I am on fire.
I don't know what he was doing, but it just seemed to be taking forever to land this snapper.
That is unreal, I tell ya. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
And out of the deep, what happens? Old Noah comes up,
Just had a bite just then.
This is our problem.
takes it from behind the gills. Nice fish, but he just wasted so much time trying to land that thing.
Oh, do you want to go for a swim now? Get some
Holy
video?
crap. That's not what I wanted to see.
Well, the shark numbers have increased like you wouldn't believe.
Well, food's there, isn't it? God, what a waste of a beautiful fish. Look at it. I get half a snapper. That's a proper bite, isn't it? You know, these snapper numbers are coming back. So, that's a food source, so the sharks are coming. That's bigger than my belly.
Man,
Not swimming here.
tell you what, that's a big critter.
Man. I know it's nature. What a waste.
So for now, that's us, mate. The sharks move in and we move out. There's not much we can do about it. Look at that big one behind you.
Oh.
That's a beauty. He's come right up behind the boat, and that makes the tagging pointless now because anything we release, they'll probably take.
The sharks wrecked our party.
We shut that down. We packed all our gear up, put the boat back on the trailer, moved from Coburn Sound across into Coburn.
Now, we drop it at Coburn Sound. We're driving across. Danny starts telling me about, you know, when it's flat like this, they'll be up on the surface cycloning because they're doing their spawning. And I'm like, oh, imagine seeing that.
So we're in Coburn Sound, which is the big sound. We come up onto a patch of fish, unbelievable. Fins are out of the water, they're circling around, big vortex happening. You couldn't miss this. You just could not miss it. Just made all the water go flat.
You don't even need a sounder to find these fish. They're on the surface, a massive ball of them going around and around. All my life, I've never seen anything so cool.
It's something that we've been used to for quite a few years now, this time of year when the fish are aggregating. They're doing the cyclone on the surface. Generally, it looks like they're trying to mix and disperse their eggs. To show Al this, it's just blown his mind.
I've never seen snapper on the surface like this. After the snapper cyclone show, it was back to work. These fish weren't going to tag themselves. But geez, I wished I could have swum with them. Bloody sharks. Come on, double hookup. Oh, how good is that? As soon as you go, yep, I'm on too. Holy crap, there's some weight in this. Oh, they're good fish, eh? When you hook up, they plough down to the bottom, so they scream away. The problem is, we've got to get them up quick because you don't want to stress them. You want to get them in and out, do the whole thing quick. It's funny how hard you have to get them up. You want to get them up nice and fast because you're helping them. There he is there, another big fish. Another beauty.
All right, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to
grab this one? We'll get this one out of the way. Hook's there. Oh, look at that perfect hookup.
Nice boy too.
Bail arms open. Yeah, baby. Look at that.
Beautiful fish.
Pop that hook out for you. That'll probably slide. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's what
out
you want.
over the side.
Yep, barbless hooks.
Beautiful.
Work awesome. I can't understand why more people don't use them. Don't use barbless hooks. 740.
I did, didn't I? Yeah, the big one. I let it go.
I let it go.
You let it go?
Yeah, it got away from me, remember?
All right. You're going to let him go for me because I'm going to film it. It's too good a fish for me just to catch. Hold him there. That's it.
You ready?
Yep. Oh.
That was good, Al.
Now, these big snapper, they grow 20+ years old, and that's why we've got to look after them. Yeah. See if I can catch this one now. It just twitched, and I went, oh, that feels a bit weird. Oh, he's eating yours as well?
Yep.
This now will get him. Doing this for the snapper. We had a busy afternoon, catching and tagging all of these fish for the Snapper Guardians program. At least he's going to leave the snapper alone now.
Both of us have got him, Danny.
He's coming up there now. Got some good angle on him. That's unreal. The effort that anglers put in just to help preserve and enhance fish stocks really is true conservation at its finest. It's true conservation, not just talking about it. Instead, it's all about getting out there and actually doing it. I have to take my hat off to these passionate anglers that are making a change for the better. And Daddy turns around and goes, I should show you the other side. I should show you some more snapper. I'm like, more snapper, let's go. He took me to the TAFE. I thought this was a joke for a minute.
They've been capturing the wild stock egg, which has been, well, it's been great. It's actually crowdfunded over the last year or two by the public that want to look after this fishery as well. Gives people a little bit of ownership to actually take the wild stock egg and rear it 50 mil size fish and then actually give it back to the public for them to release is amazing. You know, you see like a 5 or 6 year old letting a bag of small snapper go, and when he's older, probably a teenager, you could probably come back and catch one of those fish. All right, now we've finally got you.
Beautiful. Inside the TAFE, there's these massive tanks full of mosquito larvae. They're not mosquito larvae, they're baby snapper.
Come and check out my snapper.
The snapper.
Yes.
How big are they? Whoa.
These guys here are just on 7 millimetres in length.
They look like mosquito larvae.
Yeah, they're probably a bit smaller than mosquito larvae, I think.
Oh, I reckon. And they're 24 days old.
They're 24 days old.
So what's the next step from here?
The art team will grow them up. As soon as they get up to a large enough size, we can then put a stain into the fish, so they swim in a stain for a short period of time. That stain we can then go through and saying, OK, well, this was a restocked fish or it wasn't a restocked fish.
How long have you been doing this for?
4 years we've been doing it now. The first year that we did it was more just proving out the concept of whether it's achievable.
Yep.
We did it and we got 30,000 odd fish out.
Seeing what they're doing there at the TAFE is unreal, and it's all funded by Snapper Guardians. That's just, to me, an awesome project. But then, who do I bump into? Nathan from Fisheries. So Nathan, you guys are doing a lot for the pinkies, you guys call them. It's not snapper, it's pinkies, isn't it?
It is absolutely about the pinkies, and what you saw out in Coburn Sound was some, fish that are aggregating, and we're really seeing that, you have to take a conservative, long-term management approach to these long-lived, slow-growing fish if you want to have a quality fishery in the future.
Tell me, how are you finding the public sort of response to this?
One of the things we're seeing in Western Australia is a very strong level of support for the management rules that we have in place. Because ultimately, people in Western Australia realise it's going to deliver a better quality fishery in the future.
And you're seeing the results of that now, aren't you? These fish are coming back in bigger and bigger numbers.
When you see the big fish aggregating in Coburn Sound, it's good to know that you're on the right direction.
Speaking of big fish, I'm going to go and tag some more of those WA snapper. Pinkies, pinkies.
Pinkies.
That's it, I'm on it. The conditions looked perfect, and we wanted to get the most out of the day. So we went back out on the water, and we were straight into the action. And then Phil's gone, yep, and he just turns around and goes, this is the bigger one. This is a serious fish. Phil's fish was bigger than mine. Another beauty.
So Al's always, the whole time reminding me about how big his fish was, and he's got the biggest fish. Well, I got the biggest fish.
Phil, how you going, mate? You got one yet?
Yeah, all good, mate, all good.
It's not as big as mine.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm waiting for the other one.
Measurements will tell. Ready?
Yeah, buddy.
That is awesome.
That's a nice fish too, Phil. Wonderful, mate. Another nice boy.
That is so cool.
5 mil bigger than the last one.
What about mine? What? No. I'll buy you a beer for that, just because I'm a good bloke. It was a serious fish. It was a bigger fish. In fact, it was bigger than mine. We end the day with Phil catching the biggest bloody snapper. It was 85 centimetres, and that's a short length, so I think long length, you're talking almost a metre. But you know what? To watch that beautiful big snapper swim on, knowing that it's got tags in it, it's helping research. I don't think the snapper was quite so keen on it. Swimming off, that makes it all worthwhile. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah, baby. How good is that? That is unreal. Mate, that is the best. To see those big fish swim away, it's as good as it gets.
They're all thick too,
Oh, you lift them up, you're like this.
And it was 50 mil bigger than yours.
I don't want to talk about it. Right, cut, I'm out of here, that's it, I'm cracking it. And that makes this whole trip coming all the way over the West Coast just to help these guys to do the science, to do the research, to learn about these snapper. And let's not forget, this is all voluntary. We put all our own money in to do it. It's not government funded, it's not government paid. We're doing it all to make it work, and that is a credit to Western Australian anglers.
So as an amateur fisherman, everybody should be proud of the efforts that they've put in. You know, those fish stocks are so healthy now. You know, they've put most of the funding in for it. They're the ones driving it, and they should really be congratulated on that. Having the Snapper Guardian, which is a fund where we, as amateur fishermen and businesses alike, have been able to donate to this fund, able to fund the whole project right from the grassroots, along with government money. But it's the amateur fisherman who has put his hand up and said, this is a great cause, we should be doing this.
Coming all the way over here to the west to tag these snapper to help the research is just something that, for me, is something I'm really passionate about. What's even better is to fish with mates like Danny and Phil that are just as passionate about it as I am. And these guys are helping leading the way over here to make sure that we have bigger and better snapper stocks in the future. Western Australia, you're doing it bloody well. That's what Fishing with Mates is all about.